Hi, my name is Ritika. One day, exhausted from my corporate work, I called my mentor and cribbed about how I wanted to do field work, I wanted to work with women and children. So she introduced me to this fellowship, and that is how my chapter in Madhuban began. The livelihood program became a space of action and impact. From developing SOPs for fairs to setting up financial literacy systems, home visits, and international orders, my engagement with Khushali was multifaceted. I also worked on strengthening Khushali's online presence and initiating its website. This fast one here has been a transformative journey for me. I came here to get a contextual knowledge of ground realities, but I learned and I'm taking a lot with me. So thank
Namaste, everyone. Welcome to the session. Today, we are having the online certification ceremony for the Project Consciousness Fellowship of the year 2024-25, which has been awarded to Miss Ritika Gautam. During today's program, we will learn more about this fellowship program, learn about Ritika's project from one of her mentors, and also hear from the awardee, Ritika herself. So let's begin by learning more about the YES project and the Project Consciousness Fellowship Program from Dr. Ramesh Bujlani. Dr. Bujlani, sir, I request you to please take over.
Namaste to all of you. The love and blessings of the Mother and Sri Aurobindo to you all. It's amazing how these coincidences happen. When we were planning when Ritika would get this certificate in this online function, we didn't have in mind to have it particularly on the 7th of June. We're just trying to look at a mutually convenient date. And then it happened to be the 7th of June, which is a very significant day for the place where Ritika worked, Madhuban. It is the day on which the relics of Sri Aurobindo were enshrined there. So that was the day on which the relics of Sri Aurobindo were enshrined in Madhuban. And I take it as the approval of Sri Aurobindo and the mother for the work that she did and the fellowship. Those of you, and I think all of you watching here are familiar with the futuristic vision of Sri Aurobindo and the mother. They were certain that the next leap in evolution is round the corner, and that leap will now take humanity to a new level, give us a different type of a human race that will be driven by love rather than ego, and that new world would be ushered in by the children who arrive in large numbers. As Sri Aurobindo has called them, they arrive in multitudes. They'll be the sun-eyed children of a marvelous dawn, and they'll be the barrier breakers of the world. These are some of the elegant expressions that he has used for these children who will arrive and give us this new world. Now, they will arrive in large numbers, but still to start with, they'll be a small minority. And therefore, chances are that they'll be the odd ones out. They'll not fit into the society. Their aims and aspirations in life will not be the usual ones that uh, study, get a job, get married, have children, and live a life which is revolving around your physical and vital needs. Now, that is not the type of life that these children would like to lead, but that continues to be the norm for a large majority. And at the same time, when it comes to career choice, they will not be driven by what is it that pays the most by doing the least amount of work. What will drive them instead is that they should be able to do something. Of course, one has to make a living, but then they'll not be looking for something which pays the maximum, but they'll try to see that is it possible to make a living, a modest living, through something through which I can make a difference to the world, through which I can give something to those who need what I have learned in all this life that I have lived here. So these are the type of children who are likely to usher in this new world, and being in the minority, they are likely to be misunderstood because the joy that they would get from the type of work that they select to do will not be understood by the rest of the world because their criteria of what makes them happy are quite different. They are happy to get that joy of giving. They are happy from the peace of mind which comes by the choices that they are making in life and the growth that they're experiencing. Now, spiritual growth can't be measured in inches or centimeters, and the joy that they experienced can't be measured in kilos. What the world can see is what is the difference that their work is making to the bank balance. That is something which everybody can see. So, therefore, they are misunderstood. So, when Ritika applied for this Project Consciousness Fellowship, uh, Dr. Anju Khanna said that she is one of those children who belongs to this category that is not being understood. She has a beautiful job, a job that pays her well in the corporate sector, but she wants to quit. But all the same, she needs a little support, a little financial support for the work that she wants to do in the hills, in the rural community in Madhuban. And then I requested Ritika to come and meet me. She came and she thought as if she was meeting me to go through a job interview. But then I was mainly concerned with what her aspirations in life are, and I was trying to see more at what is going on in her mind, rather than judging her or evaluating her the way one might do in a job interview. And the result of this conversation, it was just a conversation, was that she started crying. And these were tears of joy because she felt at last somebody has understood her, who understood the push that she was experiencing in the corporate sector, what was pushing her from there, and the pull that she was experiencing for going to the hills. So somebody understood the push and the pull, and that's how she got this fellowship. And from the point of view of the Project Consciousness Fellowship, it has been a highly successful fellowship. She has done wonderful work, which you will learn about. And another sort of confirmation of the mother and Sri Aurobindo supporting it came through another completely unexpected quarter. Uh, Much after she had been receiving this fellowship, we got more or less out of the blue a CSR grant from the Punjab National Bank, which covered her fellowship entirely. So we were not looking at it, but that again I take as a sanction from the master and the mother for the work that she did and for this Project Consciousness Fellowship. So with this introduction, I pass on to Arunima for going on to the next item in the program.
Thank you, sir. So, Ritika worked with a few mentors. She worked on her project with a few mentors, Vijay Lakshmi Bose ma'am, Anjali Kapila ma'am, and Anju Khanna ma'am. So today we request Anju Khanna ma'am to please throw some light on the special project work that Ritika undertook. Ma'am, please.
My heartfelt gratitude to Sri Aurobindo and the mother for letting this young child, Ritika, get this fellowship. This fellowship, as the name entails, is about consciousness. When we live on a day-to-day basis in our mental frame, in our vital frame, and in our physical frame. That is the young Ritika who came to us. But the projects that unknowingly, post her meeting with Dr. Bijlani, she touched in a very non-judgmental space, but in a very, very clear space of Madhuban. Because Madhuban is where the relics of Sri Aurobindo do exist. So what Ritika in the project did was as if we were all being guided to guide her. So beyond the physical, mental, and the vital, I think Ritika looked at the physical space of integral living through the projects that were done, whether it was with the village women. Last 14 years, we've been working with those women, with the integral education in schools. In all these, the center point was the psychic being. It is not that the project really entailed, and I think Ritika, in the first month, touched a very new world, because she would say, what is the learning outcome? What am I supposed to be doing? And I think all that Madhuban mentors told her, just be, becoming will happen. Just be. Get used to the space. It's not a space which is going to judge you. We want to see you growing. And I think that's the part of consciousness fellowship. That yet, I'm talking to you people today on a day which is Madhuban's 7th June. Ironically, it's also my husband's Tervi today. So there are a lot of threads of how we look at inner ecology. Who's giving me this energy? Who's giving me this force to do my duty towards Ritika? It's a complete faith that Mother is guiding me. It's very difficult at the physical plane to do these things. But it's very, very important to say that what Ritika touched at this time was her inner ecology. That she did not give up her bubbliness. Because Sri Aurobindo's yoga is not about abandoning grest. It is about looking at it from a very different perspective. So the consciousness and beyond that consciousness, beyond that daily giving and taking and receiving, I think what Ritika touched was her own self, the vastness which is there. And in that, when she was working with the village community, yes, we had a way and a rhythm of working. And her academic part from Lady Irwin gave to her and gave to us a new dimension. So we had our standard operating systems, but what Ritika gave to us was a brilliant moment to pause, fully with her consciousness. And when Vijay Lakshmi Didi would document, what we people would document in a long way, I think the highlight of this fellowship is that this young girl grew within and without. So her documentation became different. And every time she would send a report to Dr. Bijlani, she would first send it to me. And the only thing I would tell her is, where are you in this? Where are you in this? Because you're reporting, you're writing the outer. And the morning circle time readings of the little book, The Mother, further, I think, made us all conscious. And I think it is not that Ritika grew. We got the youth we wanted through her. So she didn't have to give up her being Ritika. She could add to it. And the livelihood project, the documentation for the books, the writer that she has become with us for our 4th book, the team at YES, I'm very, very grateful for. And I do hope that Ritika carries this grain of the God touch within the work that she's doing in Madhuban now, within the grain of her life, wherever she is. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a colleague. But in all this, I know that the strength to me comes from my infinite faith and belief that the mother is holding all of us. So Ritika, congratulations. First time I'm meeting the team at YES. I'm very grateful to you all. And maybe create a mentoring position for more Ritikas to come. But Ritika, I don't want to take your limelight. I'm very proud of you. I love you. I'm very
Thank you so
grateful.
much, ma'am.
I'm very grateful. The only thing is hold yourself in equanimity, with sincerity. And you can persevere to do all mother's work without naming the mother, but knowing that you are the chosen one, the first person of the YES. So I'm sorry I'm babbling today, but thank you, Dr. Bijlani. Thank you for pulling me up today. Thank you for pulling me
I
up.
just want to add one line. You said and you are a colleague, but you are a mentor that you are the mentor like everyone deserve in their life. Like everyone deserve Anju Didi in their once in their lifetime, and they'll not realize that during that time, but they do realize that after that is done. So
Thank you so much, Anju ma'am, for your beautiful words. So now we go on to presenting the certificate to Ritika. With the mother's music playing in the background, we'll present the certificate on the screen. Congratulations, Ritika, and kudos to the amazing work
You.
that you have done. So, we would like to hear from you now about your experience.
This is so overwhelming. Okay. So, namaste everyone. Thank you for such a warm welcome and for organizing this online certificate distribution ceremony on a day so deeply significant, as Dr. Bijlani said. The 7th of June, relics of Sri Aurobindo were established in Madhuban Ashram. It is no coincidence that we gather today. In the language of the spirit, such moments are never accidental. There was a time when I would casually say, I just want to leave everything and live in the mountains. And I would laugh it off, not realizing that words, especially when repeated, plant seeds in consciousness. It wasn't until I actually arrived at Madhuban and a senior, when got to know about it, sent me a message. I had once sent her saying, "मुझे ना सब छोड़ के पहाड़ों में जाना है." Then I understood the universe listens. If we invoke something with sincerity, it does return to us. I came to Madhuban through the doorway of my academic interest, development communication, as mentioned by Anju Bhaiya. Eager to work on ground, thought I would come here to learn about rural development, and I did. But what I looked away was far beyond what I imagined. A transformation, a little transformation of my inner being. I stayed in K2 of the Kurban block, and those who don't know, it's a space donated by a devotee of the mother named Kurban Bhai. And after donating the place, he left it and moved to the Anand Ashram in Rishikesh. And from like when I got to know about this, I was like, I learned the true meaning of detachment and selfless giving. I believe the energy of the ashram, the way it holds silence and intention, began to shift something in me. At first, I too was, to be very honest, I was too drawn by the outer beauty, flowers, architect, clean air. But over time, I realized the true beauty of Madhuban lies in its ability to help you turn inwards. It's a place where external silence do give birth to internal clarity. Under the guidance of three powerful mentors, Anju Didi, Anjali Kapila ma'am, and Vijay ma'am, I began to walk to the path just of work, but of inner work. I embraced discipline of meditation, all thanks to Anju Didi. Initially with resistance, but slowly with reverence. The Project Consciousness Fellowship at the YESpirituality Trust created a cocoon for this transformation where outer action and inner silence held hands. The morning circle times became my mirror, reflecting sincerity, truth, and the light of introspection. Reading stories from charming vintages by Chacha Ji. Again, those who don't know him, he was a day of mother, freedom fighter, founder of Sri Aurobindo Ashram, founder of one of the greatest schools in Delhi, the Mothers International. Told like his book told me the real meaning of a true karmi yogi, and discussing about the mother's quality during circle time, especially on sincerity, helped me understand that knowledge isn't something we collect, it is something we live. And I began to see that integral education is not about learning it more, but becoming more whole. Talking about the work that I done, I majorly offered my time to the audiovisual department, working on newsletters, annual reports, catalogs, Khushali documentation. But the real gift was the opportunity to co-create with the community. In Khushali Livelihood Program, a program made for the women of the village, I facilitated in melas, documented standard operating procedures, which are now used by women of the village, and supported the women's collective. I engaged in school and community outreach, promoting integral education, facilitating workshops, building bridges between women's realities and developmental goals. I helped plan and host a summer camp on the theme My Village and My Relationship with Water, using yoga, dance, art, science to connect children with their environment, as said in the first principle of integral education of near to far. My journey took me to Mirambika, a school that revealed to me a new world, the world of integrity. I saw how learning can be rooted in joy, creativity, wholenessness. Honestly, it made me question our education system and how crucial it is for the body, heart, mind, soul, and spirit to evolve together in the child. One of my favorite project was the water management study that we did in Ramgarh, visiting to Nolas, Dharas, talking to village pradhans, and seeing firsthand how ecology, tradition, and awareness must work together. Later, I also got an opportunity to work on Gale's health and nutrition project, which our team reached to over 691 children and 53 mothers through storytelling, participatory games, floor games, flash mobs, and through community melas. Festivals like Shivratri, Holi, Relics Day preparations, and my interaction with women and children taught me that learning happens as much in celebration as in reflection. From setting up the Khushali website and catalogs to work as a Madhuban Fellow on a book titled Tapestry of Ecology, Culture, and Food Traditions of Talla Ramgarh, this path has been nothing short of transformative. Today, I work full time in a social venture named Unifiers, through which I am again working with the same community and living the very dream I once spoke about the mountains. And I feel grateful, deeply grateful to all the forces, people, presence who made this journey possible. A special thanks to Anjali Kapila ma'am for introducing me to this space, Anju Didi for guiding me in her own quiet ways, something I only realize now, towards practices for my inner growth. Vijayalakshmi ma'am for tolerating me and to patiently teaching me the systems required to run anything and everything, and to Dr. Vijlani for placing his trust in me as a project conscious fellow. Sri Aurobindo once said, true knowledge is not attained by thinking, it is what you are, it is what you become. And I have begun to understand this not through reading, but through living, serving, loving, and learning here. Thank you.
Amazing, Ritika. Thank you so much for sharing your transformation journey with all of us, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
So, now let us watch a short video about the fellowship program offered by the YESpirituality Trust, and also covering some of the snippets from Ritika's journey.
A little support for the much misunderstood Project Consciousness Fellowship. Are you at the crossroads in relation to your career? Do you want to make a living and also make life meaningful, but don't see how you can combine both? We understand exactly how you feel and what you want. We also have a stopgap arrangement which you can explore. One of the major aims of the YES project is to spot, encourage, and support youngsters who want to make a difference to the world that does not understand them. You may tell us the work that aligns with your highest aspirations and ask us for support. Or you may just tell us your aspirations and we may be able to provide you both the work and the support. Really? Yes. The support is in the form of a fellowship called the Project Consciousness Fellowship, PCF for short. Here is someone who has already benefited from the fellowship.
Hi, my name is Ritika. Today, through this video, I want to tell you about my journey as a Madhuban Fellow. So before talking about my work, I want to tell you about how I ended up in this piece of heaven on earth. One day, exhausted from my corporate work, I called my mentor, Anjali ma'am, and cribbed about how I wanted to do field work, I wanted to work with women and children. So she introduced me to this fellowship, and that is how my chapter in Madhuban began.
Having been educated in a way that she did not relish, Ritika was looking for the air of freedom where she could ask questions.
Saw teachers as an authoritative figures to whom I cannot ask any questions, because I still remember I was slapped when I was in 3rd grade, and that trauma still is with me. And maybe that is why when I was doing my first job, I realized that I find it difficult to ask questions to my seniors, because I had that fear of judgment in me. But I really want to thank Anju Didi in that, because she always gave me that space to ask questions. That is something that I can say that I've seen a change in.
Here is a glimpse of what Ritika did.
Livelihood program became a space of action and impact. From developing SOPs for fairs to setting up financial literacy systems, home visits and international orders, my engagement with Khushali was multifaceted. Also worked on strengthening Khushali's online presence and initiating its website. Trust of my mentors in me and my juniors, we also organized a summer camp here in Sarasok. With the theme My Village and My Relationship with the Water, we explored yoga, crafts, science, dance and sports. Another interesting field visit was on water management, in which we went to the village, met village leaders, observed traditional water sources like nalas, tharas, understood their challenges and potential solutions.
Here are some concrete products that resulted from Ritika's work. Work that did not feel like work because she enjoyed it so much. Women who could create pieces of art and craft but did not know how to monetize it learned from Ritika that their skills could make them self-reliant. The women also learned how to bring variety and precision into their work so that it could be marketed far and wide. Ritika created for their products a catalogue and used it for international marketing. Ritika turned her attention to the children and teachers of local schools. Her efforts, guided by the educationists Anju Khanna, Anjali Kapila and Vijay Lakshmi Bose, helped make education in those schools more holistic. It made learning fun and, most importantly, created in children love for learning. Ritika also enjoyed celebrating festivals with the local population. Ritika came to appreciate the rich local culture which finds expression in its language, literature, folk tales, art, music and particularly food. Hidden in the local practices are good health and sustainability. The result of studying the local culture is the book A Tapestry of Ecology, Culture and Food Traditions in Talla Ramgarh. Thus, Ritika approached the rural population with respect and humility, leading to her own transformation besides empowering them, particularly women. This is how Ritika sums up her experience that was enabled by a Project Consciousness Fellowship provided for a period of 1 year by the YESpirituality Trust.
Keeping this short, I want to say this past 1 year has been a transformative journey for me. I came here to get a contextual knowledge of ground realities, but I learned and I'm taking a lot with me.
Ritika Gautam's Project Consciousness Fellowship was supported by a CSR grant from the Punjab National Bank. So, if you're 25 to 45-year-old, passionate about something meaningful to do in life, something that looks beyond your little self, something that would improve the world around you, and you're yearning to indulge in your passion, if only you get a little financial support, you may consider exploring the YES Project Consciousness Fellowship. The YES Project Consciousness Fellowship carries a stipend of 10,000 rupees per month up to a period of 1 year. For the application form and more information, please drop an email to yes@yesspirituality.com and yes.arunimap@gmail.com. Inspired by the futuristic vision of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, the YES project aims at encouraging the youth to walk the path that would raise the consciousness of the human race, which in turn would make the world a better place to live in.
Now I request Dr. Sri Vidya from Team Yes to share about the youth-centered offerings from the Yes platform.
Namaste, everyone, and congratulations, Ritika. This is such beautiful work, and I'm amazed. It's inspiring. So, thank you for the opportunity. I think the Yes Trust is doing a lot of work. One of the things that I want to bring our attention to is the Sun-Eyed Children Award. Dr. Bijlani talked about how there's going to be more youth. And I think we are all trying to spot these youngsters, encourage them, bring them forward, and help them. So, this is for children or young people up to the age of 30. And anyone who wants to follow their passion to build a career and take an unconventional path in life, it's an annual award. There is a certificate, rupees 10,000 in cash, plus a set of books for lifelong learning. Do spread about these awards as you move along. Apart from this, there is the Sunlit Path Award for the age group as tender as 10 to 25 years. So, for those of us who know young ones, there is currently an award out, and there is a poster which I request you to see. So, we are inviting essays, paintings, and videos that are in tune with the aims and objectives of the YES project. The cash prize ranges from 1,000 to 5,000, and a set of books will also be given. So the number of prizes, of course, will depend upon the number of entries. Entries have started coming, and we welcome more entries. So we really look forward to more children and young ones participating. And then we know about the Project Consciousness Fellowship. Ritika is standing here sharing all about it with us. So yes, you need to be 22 to 45 years of age and doing something meaningful, needing some financial support, a stipend of 10,000 per month for a period of 1 year. Not just this, there's more. There's the Spiritual Renaissance of India Fellowship, Scholarship. This is for age group 14 to 22 years. So children, young ones who are studying, researching, but would also want to work for the underprivileged or vulnerable sections of society. A stipend of rupees 5,000 per month up to a period of 1 year. So let's spread the word and let's pray and hope that we're able to spot the sun-eyed children in different age groups and bring them forward. Not just this, the Yes Trust is also focused on helping the youth who are going through different phases which may be challenging or difficult. So we have counseling services, the first one being for relationships and well-being, which is being done by Richa, who is a counseling psychologist, very compassionate counselor, and you can book a single online session with rupees 500. And for those of you who are interested, please do write to liferichas@gmail.com. There's more. Youth who feel that they are a misfit, they don't belong here, they're looking for clarity in life, for purpose in life. We have Aditi, who is a very reflective, deep psychologist. She'll help you through sessions of self-observation and reflection and help you create a path for your own life. Again, you can book a single online session with rupees 500. And please, for those of you who feel lost, there is someone you can reach out to. Write to her at yes.aditik@gmail.com. And then there's me. I work with teens and youth who are confused about which careers or streams to align with. So I've worked in different sectors, both the corporate and education sector, and I bring that experience to my sessions. And you can book your sessions with rupees 2,000. Some of these sessions will be with you and some will be with your parents too. So if you're interested for something like this, you can write to me at yes.lifevidya@gmail.com. And if you have any inquiries about any of the awards or services, please drop an email to yes@yesspirituality.com or yes.arinumap@gmail.com. We're all trying to work towards a better world and happier youth. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share, and congratulations once again, Ritika. I hand over to Arunima to take it forward from here.
Thank you so much. So, let's now open the session to the audience also. If anyone has anything to share or ask Ritika maybe about her project. Participants, the session is open now. Please go ahead. You can drop your messages in the chat box or you can simply unmute yourself and speak up.
I find one of the mentors, Vijay Lakshmi Bose, she has joined. So maybe she may like to say something.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, if you're there, we request you to please share something, share your thoughts.
Yeah. Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Hello. Yes, I'm with Dr. Anjali Kapila here at Madhuban. And first of all, a big thank you to Dr. Bijlani, Arunima ji, and the YES Foundation for giving us an opportunity to work with a wonderful young woman and help in her self-growth. It's been a journey for us as well, for Dr. Kapila and myself, because we reached out through Ritika to many more young people. Today we have young people working at Madhuban Ashram whom Ritika is now mentoring, and that is something that gladdens my soul and gladdens my heart, with deep gratitude to Sri Aurobindo and the mother for being with us on this journey, for Anju and Anjali ji for creating this magic circle that held Ritika in our midst, for Dr. Bijlani, Tara Didi for being such an inspiration to us. We are truly, truly grateful. Dr. Kapila, as the primary mentor, somebody who found us, Ritika, would you like to say something?
It's wonderful to be here today on this occasion where Ritika is getting her certificate from the YES Fellow, which represents yoga, ecology, and service. I'm so delighted that after mentoring Ritika and in the Department of Development, Communication and Extension at Lady Irwin College, I could guide her to take a space in the mountains and become a YES Fellow and explore her inner being and inner ecology with Madhuban and the opportunity to work with community outreach programs and learn and grow. It has indeed been a wonderful mentorship, and I hope that we could continue this fellowship and keep giving young people an opportunity to do an internship in this area. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. Thank you so much, Anjali ma'am. Participants, anyone wants to share something, please go ahead.
I just want to share that I want to share this with more and more youth, and I'm hoping many more take the opportunity because it's such a wonderful and beautiful opportunity to grow and to evolve. So just filled with gratitude and a lot of appreciation for Ritika. Thank you.
Dr. Bijlani sir, any closing remarks from you?
Let me add to all the congratulations that Ritika has received. Congratulations on this, not only the beautiful work that she has done, but also the way she has done it, the sincerity and dedication she brought into it, and the humility which she brought into it, so that she was not just there to sort of teach something to the ignorant rural population, which is sometimes the condescending or patronizing type of an attitude which sometimes the city folk take when they go and work in villages. But she was approaching them with this in a spirit of give and take. She knew that she could learn a lot from them, and at the same time give them something so that they could uh, monetize their skills. More than monetization, become economically independent, realize that what they were doing was worth something, and the world would appreciate it if only they could market it better. So these are the type of skills that she knew, but they didn't, and she taught them that. But then she herself also learned so much, as that book which you saw just now the, in that video uh, has brought out so much that she learned from there, particularly in relation to their culture, which is such a vibrant culture, still alive, and which needs to be preserved, cherished, and for not only because it's belongs to the past, but because it is a reflection of, in a way, of the Indian culture as a whole. Uh, Basically, a spiritually oriented, self-sustaining culture, which has built into it uh, all the healthy practices, which are somehow disappearing under the influence of westernization and urbanization. But then, if people like Ritika go and work there, the villagers realize that while they can't stay in the past, the future can be built on the past as a foundation, so that the future can be better than the past, but we don't have to abandon the past for that. As Sri Aurobindo said, that the past is our foundation, the present our material, and the future our summit. So that is something which I'm sure she brought into the project, and that's how she grew, not only in more concrete, visible terms, but also inner. Her inner journey made a leap which is difficult to you sort of describe and see, but she is the one who would know it the best. The way she approaches her work now, the type of choices she makes, all these, and the way she's affected by the vicissitudes of life. Now, these are some of the things which she only knows how she is different while doing all this as compared to maybe a year ago. So that is the inner progress which only she would know best. But then apart from that, there is a lot that is visible, which everybody can see, and that is what we have seen today. Uh, and I'm very happy that all the three mentors could also join. And two of them, Anjali Kapila and Vijay Lakshmi, happen to be in Madhuban today. I didn't know that. They're both together. I could see that room probably in the Samvit block where they're both staying. And they were both there. And I'm so glad that they could both contribute their remarks to this. And of course, Anju, in spite of the personal loss that she experienced recently, has pulled herself together and given us very valuable inputs today. So with that, I would like to stop and once again hand over to Arunima.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. Ritika, we have some congratulatory and encouraging messages for you in the chat box. You must have seen. And one particular one from Khushi. Greetings to everyone. I am Khushi, a junior of Ritika Gautam from Lady Irwin College, and I have done my internship at Madhuban Sri Aurobindo Ashram last year under the guidance of Anjali ma'am, Anju Didi, and Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. First of all, congratulations, Ritika Didi, and thank you for being our guide throughout our internship journey and till now. We are grateful to have you as our flawless senior. Thank you, Khushi, for your sweet
Thank you
message.
so much, Kushi.
So before closing today's session, I would like to inform that the recording of today's session will be published on our YouTube channel, YESpirituality YouTube channel, the link to which has been shared in the chat box. Congratulations once again, Ritika. Keep up the good work. Thank you,
Thank you so
participants, for
much.
joining us today. Let's close the session today with a moment of peaceful silence. Namaste.